Hey guys, I'm Kyla Monarch. How are you? Welcome back to my channel, Gray Hairs and Menopause. I just wanted to come to you guys today to talk about weight loss or weight gain dealing with menopause. Um, I just absolutely detest it. I cannot stand having this spare tire around my waist. It has caused like so many different disruptions, I should say, like in my blood numbers. My cholesterol numbers are off the roof. um Blood pressure has increased, is high. um Glucose numbers are off the Richter. So guys, this weight gain with menopause is no joke. Exercises that I used to do when I was in my 20s are not working for this 50-plus-year-old body. I'm doing the same exact exercises with the same intervals, with the same intensity. And guess what? That spare tire or those love handles around my waist are going nowhere. Okay? They are laughing at me. They are laughing in my face saying, ha ha, that ain't gonna work. So guys, I'm pissed because I can't drop. I can't drop 5 pounds like this anymore. I can't drop 10 pounds like this anymore. It takes years to drop 10 pounds. Or it's taking 6 months to drop 5 pounds. 5 pounds? Excuse me, back in the day, we would take a water pill and drop 5 pounds. I can't even do that anymore, So it's crazy, guys. I mean, menopause, it's crazy. It's a lot with it, okay? So I tell you what worked for me. And I'm still in this journey, y'all. I'm still trying to lose the weight that I need to lose to get my numbers back down and to be able to wear my clothes again. Because I don't like buying new clothes, especially when the clothes that I bought were like really, really nice clothes. And I'm like, my clothes still look good after 12 or 15 years. I have some pieces in here that are 20 years old already, and they still look good because I take care of my clothes. And I'm not trying to start that process over again. So I'm like, I need to get this weight off and get back in my clothes. So I tell you, one thing that worked for me, I had to leave the sweets alone. If I'm gonna eat sweets, it can't be no bigger than my first digit on my index finger. It can't be no bigger than that. And that's ridiculous, but seriously, I'm telling the truth. I mean, when I was young, I used to have a bigger piece of cake. Can't even have a big piece of cake anymore. It has to be a very thin sliced cake. Or it has to be a teeny tiny piece, just enough just to get a taste. I can't even eat it and enjoy it like I used to, because all that sugar ain't gonna do nothing but go down to my stomach. So I had to really cut back on the sweets, the sugar, of course. And I couldn't eat late anymore. I stopped eating late. I don't eat past 6:30 because I know that if I eat past 6:30, whatever I eat, time I lay down, it's gonna turn into fat. Just gonna make that spare tire around my waist just bigger. So guys, I mean, it's a lot of adjustments. It's a lot of adjustments. But all in all, it'll be for our benefit, I suppose. So, Also, I stopped walking on the treadmill a lot, and I started using my elliptical, and that is working. But I think the main thing is the intermittent fasting. Have you guys heard of that? Excuse me, I only eat um during maybe 4 hours in a day's time, in a day. The other 20 hours, I'm fasting. I'm not eating anything. Okay. And in the intermittent fasting, you have to get to that point. I had to get to that point. I didn't just start out fasting 20 hours and eating during the 4 hour period. I had to start out, maybe perhaps fasting for what, 12 hours, and then maybe eating during the other 12 hours. Because, at that time I was doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I was doing 3 meals a day. But now with the intermittent fasting, I only do 1 meal a day. And that 1 meal a day is during that 4 hour period. Anything before or anything after, I'm not even eating it. I look at it and salivate over it. But I'm not eating it. But again, you have to work your way up to that. You can start out 12 and 12, or you could do 14 and 10, or you could do 16 and 8. Whatever is comfortable and that you are able to do that. Try it and see how it works. And once you get past that one stage of it, then you can graduate to the second phase of it. Meaning, if you're doing 12 hours fasting and 12 hours eating, or vice versa, 12 hours eating and then fasting for 12 hours, then you can eventually move up to not eating for 14 hours and then eating for 12 hours, or eating for 12 hours and fasting for 14 hours. You have to do what you can do within that 24-hour period, but it won't be like you're eating breakfast and then fasting, and then you eat lunch and then you fasting, and then you're eating dinner and then you fasting. Unless those hours encompass that breakfast, lunch, and dinner period. If those hours that you are trying to feed, you're trying to eat, encompasses those, then those will be included. But if you're trying to do something that's gonna, kind of like jolt or jumpstart your body to realize that you are doing something differently to it so that it can respond and drop that weight off, then you're gonna do, the next ones up, where you're fasting for 14 hours, eating for 10 hours, or fasting for 16 hours and then eating during that 8 hour period, Excuse me. So it's totally up to you, but the longest that you fast, and when you have a long fasting period and you have a short eating cycle, your body says, okay, she's not going to feed me any more food. So, hey, I better, I better start eating up some of this fat that's stored here. Because it's apparent she's not going to eat anymore. Okay. So that's one thing that I noticed that really helped me was the intermittent fasting. I tried the Fenterman. I want to say the Fenterman pills at one time, because I felt like, because at that time I wasn't doing the intermittent fast, and I had heard about it and was doing it every 2 or 3 days. I was doing it, so I really wasn't seeing any results. So I tried the Fenterman tablets for weight loss, but I started noticing that it makes my heart go fast. It makes my heart race a bit. So I couldn't take those. So that, you know, people were telling me to try some Dexatrim or something like that, or this hydroxycut or whatever. I tried those things. They made me feel like I was the Energizer Bunny. I was always excited, always on 10, and I didn't like myself being that way. And not with menopause nowhere. It's bad enough I couldn't sleep. I can't sleep as it is. So with the hydroxycut and all that other mess, I really couldn't sleep. So you have to find what works for you. I also started doing like exercises that were not as strenuous, but they actually targeted a certain part of my body. The certain part of my body that I wanted it to target, I would try to do more of those exercises, and then I would just limit to 3 to 4 times a week exercising instead of like every day. So, guys, you have to find what works for you. I'm just telling you what works for me. Maybe it will help you in you trying to get that spare tire off from around your stomach and get your numbers down too. So I may give you guys an update. Because what is this? We're like at the end of the month. I mean, that's not the end of the month. Well, yeah, we are at the end of the month, but almost close to the end of the year. So I'm going to continue to do this and see what happens in probably January and see what my numbers and everything are looking like. And I might give you guys an update to see if there's any difference in my numbers, because my, you know, again, my blood numbers were not what I wanted, you know. The blood pressure, the glucose, the cholesterol, the blood pressure, and I did not want to be on any medicines, or I did not want to be on any increased medicines, I should say. So, guys, yes, but the weight loss or the weight gain with menopause, you are not alone. You can get it off, but you're going to have to do something different. Because it's like I said earlier, you're going to have to send your body a jolt that it is not used to. And once you do something differently with your body, then your body must respond to it, okay? So just keep that in mind. And of course, I stopped the sodas. I don't drink as many sodas as I used to. Everything is a process. I cannot just stop anything cold turkey. Everything is a process. So, guys, that's just what worked for me. And I would encourage you guys to try different things to see what works for you as well, because we're all in this together trying to get this menopause under control and livable. So, until my next video, you guys take it easy, take care. The next one that I'm going to talk about is probably going to more than likely be either the hair loss and thinning, or what? Hair loss and hair thinning and bones and joint pain. It's either going to be one of those two. I'm not sure which one it's going to be. It's either going to be the hair loss, the hair thinning, and or the bone and joint pain. Okay? So until my next video, you guys take care, take it easy, and don't forget to take care of yourself. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.